Hey, Bloomdale. As a senior of Elmwood High School, I can say with confidence that most of us are pretty excited. And when I say most of us, I do mean most of us. Because some people just don't really care. They really just don't care. And some of us are just really tired of everything. And as we get done with all of our big assignments, we only have one big one, which is the Passion Project, which is where we take something we like and spend 6 weeks researching it and looking into it to share with our fellow classmates. To some of you, you may be asking, how could you even do something like this? And you don't know where to start. Other people are probably just going to get it done to get it done and not really care to do it. But if you want to do it right, stick with me. Get some good food and make sure your outfit looks good, because I'll teach you how to make a passion project. Usually I have a lot of great ideas, tons and tons of ideas to go off of to make something like this. But I feel like my brain has no good ideas, almost barren. It's like I can't even really think about anything. Or maybe it's just stress of having so many responsibilities to have soon. So I end up deciding to just go to school and ask other people what they're passionate about in the hopes that I could just piggyback off someone else's idea. But as I've come to realize, my fellow peers weren't of much help, and a lot of them seem to just like to be on camera.
What are you passionate about?
I'm passionate about talking. I'm passionate about making people feel welcome.
Or just wanting to hit me.
What are you passionate about? Yes.
Or just something I'm not a fan of.
What are you passionate about? Please, it's for something. It's for a documentary. Please, what are you passionate about?
Running.
What? Are you serious? What are you passionate about?
Baseball.
As I kept getting dead ends, I decided I would ask my adult teachers. But I also realized that didn't help either.
Wait until I'm ready.
Why are you not ready? I don't
Because
have.
I'm not ready.
But why?
You're recording me right now.
I am, but
No.
but why?
Sure.
What are you passionate about?
Teaching Spanish.
Oh. What are you passionate about?
Exercise and fitness.
That's really dumb.
As I accepted my defeat, I realized I was going to work. And usually that means I'm pretty sad. But I realized that there was possibly more people to ask. So I decided to grab my phone and try to ask around what people are passionate about. First I tried my manager, but that didn't really go so well.
What you to say? When's the next day you work? You work tomorrow, don't you?
Yes?
If you have it all done in the morning, I will do it tomorrow.
No, can you? I don't want to do all that stuff. All I'm
You
asking
have to do it anyway. It's your job to do.
Okay, that's true, but
He wanted me to do a bunch of stuff that I really didn't want to do. So instead I decided to just ask a bunch of random Walmart people.
What are you passionate about?
I'm really passionate about books and reading, and I have a whole big collection of books.
What are you passionate about?
Sports. What am I passionate about?
Yep.
I love geography. Geography is my biggest passion.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
That's definitely not making the cut.
I realized that I felt like this was it, and there was no point in trying anymore, and I would just give up. But as I got home, I realized I could just go into the virtual world and ask people there. This seems like a good car. I decided to go to a guy who had a red skull and crossbones on the map. And to some people, he may be intimidating, but to me, I always say never judge a book by its cover. So I went up and asked him. Hello, sir. Would you be willing to answer a question for me? It's for a documentary. I'm just wondering, are you passionate about anything? Okay, was all that really necessary? I realized maybe the real world was better because people can just come up randomly to you and shoot you for no good reason. Through sheer determination, I knew there had to be at least one good person on this server, so I kept trying. Hi, sir. Here's kind of where I lost control. I decided I would have enough of being tossed around, so I chased him up the highway, and I decided I would blow up his car. After the whole ordeal, I went to a gas station and cleared my head and get some snacks. But truthfully, I felt super guilty. I had essentially stooped to as low level as the people who were bullying me in the first place. And I also never even got the guy's insurance to pay for the damages. The guy actually sent me a message. Even while editing it now, I still can't figure out what he was trying to say. The guy actually found me and pointed a weapon at me. I decided this was it and had a Mexican standoff and tried to show no fear, as I ain't gotten used to the nice hospitality of GTA 5. Eventually, he started to leave, though, and I was glad. Still shaken up, though, I decided to run into the back offices to hide. Feeling it was safe enough, I went outside, only to realize that he actually blocked the entryway with his car, and he came back with a rocket shooting bike, shooting me and the business owner into a million pieces. As I was running along, I considered scrapping this whole idea, until I saw something that piqued my interest in the distance. It was a shark made out of sand, which I later realized this is something called art. I realized art was actually in GTA a lot, and it showed up in places that I never really expected. And as I stared in awe at all the beautiful colors and murals, I decided I had to figure out what the basis of all this was. So I decided I would go to SAGMA, the San Andreas Gallery of Modern Art. And I was excited to look and see what cool art pieces were there, until I realized I guess they were closed. It reminded me a lot of the art that I used to make, even though I really have no idea what any of this is now when I look at it. I mean that looks kind of good. I think it's like realism or something. I kind of stopped paying attention to art when I was 90% sure that it was some type of money laundering scam. I went around my house to look at the art that I have in my house, and some of it is kind of cool, while others, I'm not sure if there's really even a meaning. I tried to look up what is art, and it told me that it could be almost anything. So I tried to look into that. In 2015, these two artists were unveiling a new art piece called Where Shall We Go Dancing Tonight? It was a piece about the Italian history in the 1980s. For the unveiling, there was a huge party at the museum, and after the party, janitors came and cleaned up after the partygoers. When the museum was being opened for the next day, they couldn't find the art piece, Where Shall We Go Dancing Tonight? And that's because the janitors actually cleaned it up. And you may be wondering, how is that even possible? But then you realize that the art piece is actually just a bunch of empty champagne bottles and confetti. I even found out really old expired food could be art.
Is this beautiful smoked brisket. I cooked it for 12 hours. This is leftovers. You guys remember last year I had a smoked brisket, and it was amazing. Absolutely beautiful. Look at this. Is that a work of art? Can you see that? Look at that outer
So I started to be pretty cautious because maybe anything could be art, and I just don't realize. That could be art. It's gotta be art. Like, look at that. Is this art? Could this be art too? Even I went to Chicago for a concert, and I looked at all the graffiti, and I still couldn't tell what any of it meant. It was clear that this one was about a breakup. I think. Even the mirror was covered in art, and I couldn't really make sense of it. I decided I would get to the bottom of this, and I would truly figure out the basics of art. And it all led me to one thing. Looking up famous art pieces that I knew all had something to do with emotion. It had something that the artist felt, so much so that they had to put it onto canvas. A lot of them were sad emotions of somberness. And I worry this could jeopardize the project, because with feelings, I'm not that open about it. At work, there are these wash away labels where if I feel something, I just write it down and I put it in the sink. Sometimes it's about stuff that I feel is easy to other people, but not to me. Sometimes I feel it's about stuff that just makes me anxious to think about. And other times, it's about stuff that I just rather not think about. I try to ignore my emotions because I'm afraid that they'll have a tight leash on me in bad situations. So I try not to be so open about how I'm feeling about something. But I know this can't last forever. So before entering high school level, I went to a lot of different schools and didn't make that many friends since I moved around so much. This caused me to have a very indifferent relationship with school, to where I didn't really care about it that much. In third grade, though, there was a really nice girl who I became really good friends with. And even though I wasn't really that great academically, and she still hung out with me and treated me nicely, unlike some of the other kids. After the school year, I didn't see her for a while until I found out that a family member actually babysat her. So we met at this park for one final time to talk. And I remember I went down this yellow tunnel slide, and when I reached the bottom, we said bye, and after that, we never saw each other again. I remember liking her, but I didn't do anything because there was a rumor that she was really sick with cooties. So, artists use their emotions to better their work. So I went back to the park I haven't been to in a decade because I'm going to try to draw art. Before I realized it really sucked and that I wasn't good at art. So I decided I was just going to throw it away. It was a pretty uneventful couple days after that. And I didn't feel the best. I also got TP'd, which wasn't great. I also tried to get some sweet King Hawaiian rolls, but they unfortunately grew some mold. And I didn't think it could get any worse than this. This is my brother Landon. I started hanging out with him since I had more time, since school was easier.
Oh my god. I need to go party.
And truthfully, I had nothing better else to do. What do you want to build?
Let's build a house.
I don't think this looks like a house. As I hung out with him more, I realized since he was so young, it meant he was more carefree. So I started to ask him some more questions. Do you think art is something that everyone can do, or does it take a certain talent?
I farted. Okay.
What do you think of the stock market crash in 2008?
Who?
The stock market crash?
No. What does that mean?
So how long did it take you to make that?
Like this?
Yeah.
I could rip it all off.
So are you proud of this?
No.
Why not? This art on the fridge reminded me of my old art, so I decided to look at it. Even now I don't know what this is, but I remember being so happy when I made it, even though it doesn't look the best. I realized as I got older and started seeing people's skills develop, I got more self-conscious about how I was at art. But back then, I didn't care since societal norms were different. And I realized I shouldn't let other people's skills put mine to shame. I chose a spot I thought lots of foot traffic would see. After I put it up, lots of people looked at it. Some people kind of hated on it. Chase, I made this. Are you proud of me?
No.
Okay. You think you could do better?
Yeah.
We're no longer friends.
Done a great job.
Are you lying?
I'm telling you that I think you've done a great job. Phil, are you passing gas in my office again?
Promise?
I promise.
It's so true.
That's the best picture that I've ever seen.
Really? My name is Phil Stein, and I'm bad at art. And that's okay. Thanks for watching.
The moon to die.